Welcome to Technology Teaching Ideas with Jennifer Mayo. For this project, I decided to go with option 2. I'm going to ask for y'all's input on the bring your own device option that some schools have. As you know, I'm at a new school this year, and the first thing I noticed when I walked into my new classroom was the limited technology. I have access to a document camera and a projector every day. I'm coming from a school district with lots of technology where we had the document camera, projector, smartboard, clickers, TI handhelds, you name it, and we had access to it. So I did some investigating at my school and found out that we can check out a classroom set of iTouches or laptops, but I can't have those every single day. But they did say that we have the BYOD option, which is the bring your own device. So I'm looking more into the bring your own device in the classroom. I remember having a conversation with my mom about not fighting the use of devices. We know students have a device. We know they're going to carry it with them. As adults, how many times do we check our devices every day? So instead of fighting them, we want to embrace the device. So some questions I have for those of you that have used the BYOD in your classroom. How often do you let students use their device? Is it something you let them use every day, once a week, depending on the lesson? What part of the lesson is best for students to use their own device? For warm-ups every day, or for just when you say, or do you have a system for when they can use their device? Or do you let them use it for the entire class period just to have it out and it's something they can reference every day? And then how do you let students know when they can and cannot bring their device to the classroom? That's just something, the management of it, that I'm curious about. And would you let students use the device to help with math problems, with the solving of a math problem? I'm curious to know people's input. I'm about 50-50 on that. Some ideas that I have for bring your own device. Poll Anywhere. That's something I've used in professional developments, and I've always really enjoyed using it. So I'm wondering if anyone's ever used it with students. Do we need to be worried about using students' data on their cell phone? Is that a conversation you have? Is that a conversation I need to have with parents? And for those of you that have used it, did you find it effective in your classroom? Did you think it was something that you would use again? And if it's not, why wouldn't you? Another way I've seen the devices used is on a scavenger hunt with the QR readers. So, a question, has anyone ever done that? What was the best resource to use? How did you build your QR readers? How did you use it in the classroom? Was it on a worksheet? Was it they had to put things together? How did the lesson go with that? And again, would you do it again? What did you like about it? What would you change about it? A couple other things, just simple things I was thinking about. Last year, I let students text their parents with important information. If I saw them send a text to their parents saying, can I stay for tutoring after school today? Or I've got tutoring this week, when can I come? Then I gave them, a couple extra credit points on a quiz. And then also letting students take pictures with their device of the board. My boards every week always have important announcements for the week, and so that's something they can reference if they're not carrying around a personal agenda. And so just opening it up to y'all, are there other ways that you would let students use their own device in the class? I'm interested to hear your feedback on that. And then, of course, just the classroom management. Those of you that have used it, what did you do if they didn't bring their device, or what if what you were using, the program you were using, didn't work with the device that they brought? I assume that all kids would bring a cell phone, but what if they brought an iTouch or an iPad or an Android? And then most things require students to be connected to Wi-Fi. Is that hard for students to log into? Were there difficulties with that? What did you think? And then What do you wish you would have known before you allowed students to use their device? Just some helpful hints and tips there. How did you monitor students for using it correctly? A big thing for me, how did you ensure safety of the items? How did you make sure that every kid that came in with the device left with their device? And how did you let students know that while for this class they can use their device, but for the next class they could not? You know, in math today, yes, you have your device out, but in science you don't. And then, of course, the question, but we got to use our device yesterday. Why can't we use it today? How did you handle or talk to students about that? And then just back to limited technology in the classroom. Thanks to iSmart, I can use my iPad mini to help control my PowerPoints during my instruction. But do you have any other ideas on how to integrate technology into a limited classroom? Are there other activities that you know that you can display on a projector for the whole class to see and be a part of? Or besides polls to check for student understanding, are there any other creative ways to assess for that? Just so that it's not just a ticket out every day, or not just a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Are there any other creative ways that y'all have? Thanks for listening.